All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 3rd, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 517.65. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab 5 are still in uptrends, but made lower lows and lower highs. QQQ, FNGU, Diamond Dow, and IWM, the Russell 2000, closed daily candles under the 17 EMA. SPY closed under the bullish trap, but over a rising 17 EMA. Gold still in an uptrend, made a new all-time high, while silver made a new 23-month high. USO in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap and over the rising 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, made an outside day. That'd be a lower low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap and the falling 17 EMA. So it closed above the 17. US dollar index in an uptrend, closing the day around the 104.80 area, challenging the 2024 high above the flat 200 SMA. Let's go take a look at some charts. All right. Take a look at this on the daily chart. All right, so here's SPY on the daily chart. We're still in an uptrend. That's our uptrend line right there. You get two of them. It's above both of them. Got a lower high, lower low, closing between the trap up here and the 17 EMA. That's the rising 17 EMA. So SPY still in an uptrend. QQQ, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap. Well, we got a bearish cross, and so we got below the trap and below the 17 EMA, QQQ. Looking like probably an inside day for QQQ. So still in an uptrend. Hasn't broken this low yet. So QQQ still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at FNGU. Lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish cross and below the 17 EMA. Okay, so there's FNGU. Hasn't broken this low. Still in an uptrend. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish cross and below the 17 EMA. Okay, hasn't broken this lows. Still in an uptrend. IWM. All right, IWM, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish cross and the 17 EMA. Hasn't broken this low, still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. Technicals, we came out of the buy zone, slammed right through the buyer's chop zone, right into the seller's chop zone, made some lower highs and some lower lows, and then turned it around after the noon hour. All right, started making a higher low, and then we produced a higher high. So we're in the buyer's chop zone right now when we left off yesterday. T2123, okay, for the 15 candle. All right, so started out red, went most of the day until the closing hours. Last 2 hours of the day, found some bullishness and went back up to challenge the highs. Okay, so these are new all-time highs for T2123. So didn't make a new high, didn't make a new all-time high. All right, but back up, kind of like a smiley face, down, hit the bottom of this. So we could see this go up 1, 2, 3 more, like a kind of like an MMRP. Break through resistance, come back, check it as support, and then you start moving to the upside. We'll see what happens. T2123 right there. 321.23 3 bars, still got some space between the price action and the rising 17. So you can see this has had a nice long run since right here. This would be February 8th, almost up to April 8th. 2-month run of just all green on the 3-bar chart. Nice run for T2123. All right, let's take a look at our FNGU indicator. All right, so we slammed down in the morning. That caused a lot of the sell-off in the SPY and the QQQ and around the markets. When the big caps sell off, it tanks everything. It takes everything with it. All right, so then after that, we found some legs, found some support on top of VWAP, and then started to work our way back up the breakdown candle or to fill the gap right there. So there's FNGU. In the pre-market, they're just kind of moving sideways and probably consolidate in this bullish fashion right here and probably come back up to challenge this downtrend line maybe later in today. We'll see if they got enough gas in the tank to get it done. So there's FNGU. Let's go back to our charts and we'll take a look at USO. So here's USO. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA. UNG. UNG putting in a double bottom here, looking like a double bottom right there. Okay, closing over the bullish cross and over the falling 17 EMA. UNG put in an outside day, higher high, lower low. And you can see right there, closing over the falling 17. So there's UNG. Maybe a turnaround for UNG. We'll see what happens. Silver. Silver puts in a new 23-month high. You can see, you look back. Last time we were up here was right about here. Right there. So that would be 2023. We got up a little bit further than that. So we got all the way back to 2022. See that right there? So all the way back to 2022, and you can see right there on the daily candle, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Silver on fire. Gold is on fire. Precious metals are really working out nice. Okay, so there's silver and gold. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. And for today, we have an OPEC meeting sometime today. Don't know when they'll finish it up. MBA mortgage applications at 7 this morning. ADP employment report, 8:15. Got a Fed speaker. PMI composite, 9:45. ISM services index, 10 o'clock. And a petroleum report at 10:30 on Wednesday, almost every week. And then we got some Fed speakers coming in this afternoon, all right? Mr. Powell's going to speak at 12:10. I don't see anything new on the horizon for Mr. Powell to say to either spike or crash the markets. So we'll see what happens with there, but he has been known to move the markets. So we'll have to take a look at what markets could go haywire around 12:10, 12:15. All right, for Thursday, international trade goods and services at 8:30, jobless claims at 8:30. Natural gas report at 10:30, just like it is every Thursday at 10:30. Got a Fed speaker. It's going to speak at 10, and a whole lot of Fed speakers throughout the rest of the afternoon right there. For Friday, employment situation, 8:30. Some more Fed speakers, and that's about it. Consumer credit at 3 p.m. So there we go with the economic calendar. The main event this week would be Mr. Powell speaking at 12:10, and I don't think that's going to affect the markets, although I don't think he's going to say anything new, but it will probably definitely affect the markets. We'll see what happens. Max Payne, let's go see what Max Payne is for today. 522, we got a little more than one put to every call. So we're under 522. We could run back and try to hit it. We'll see what happens. U.S. dollar index, all right? So here's the last high. There's price taking out the high. And we closed the day right around 104.80 right there. So starting a new day, looks like it's coming in. We'll see how far it wants to drop in. If it drops in, could be a nice rally for the market. If Mr. Powell says pretty nice things, we could see a pullback to the 200. We'll see what happens. All right, so on the earnings calendar, what do we got for the 3rd? All right, nothing really notable, but probably some familiar names. Levi's, BlackBerry, some of the other ones. Again, Sportsman's Warehouse. Thursday, Lamb Wesson. Nothing really notable here but some familiar names. ConAgra. All right, familiar names, but nothing really going to rock the market. Friday, same thing. Monday, same thing. All right, so that's it on that front. All right, so that's it for the market. We're moving back up towards last night's highs in the pre-markets. That's a good sign. I'm kind of expecting, if we do get bullish and get over last night's highs, kind of looking at 520.50 as a target for today. We'll see what happens. We may come out with some numbers at 8:30. Could cause us to get there in the pre-market. We'll see what happens. All right. So if I got any questions, post them up in the room. Everybody out there in video land, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a member. Please hit the bell. Please hit the like icon so you can hit the bell so you can get notified. Hit the like, helps us with the algorithm. We'll see you all at 4 o'clock. Okay, until then, I'll see everybody at 4. The rest of you will be trading it here in the room.